Have you ever wondered why people sometimes refer to Africa as Mama Africa? Yeah. Me too. Yeah, because women play a very important role in bringing up the next generation. And we know that educating girls is the beginning of empowering women to be able to do this. I joined Camfed 10 years ago to lead the Ghana program. And I've had the privilege and the opportunity to go on some amazing journeys, sometimes very challenging, but rewarding journeys with girls and young women. This is how the Camfed model works. We work mainly in deprived communities where girls have little or no chance of getting an education. And we support the girls with the financial support, the psychosocial support that they need to be able to access education, to stay in school and complete. Once the girls complete school, they join our unique alumni network called KAMA. The KAMA network provides peer support for the girls to continue to use their education to empower themselves. It also provides a platform where they can begin to practice and develop their leadership and their agency. And finally, it gives an opportunity of a critical mass of girls to come together and reinvest the benefits of their education back into their communities. But let us recognize that the context in which a girl lives determines and influences who she can become. And as a result, in our work, we work very closely with the communities, with the families, with the government, and also with the parents to ensure that we're able to create an enabling environment that encourages girls to succeed. So, for example, when we work with a school and the head of the school decides that they're going to change the policy, so now girls can take on leadership and become the head prefect, a position that was previously reserved for only boys, that is significant because that gives girls an opportunity to start practicing their leadership. It gives them the opportunity to be able to think about what they can become, to build their confidence. And who knows, maybe they can become the next leader of their country. So in 2008, I met a young lady called Hawa. She had just joined our program and had started secondary school. And Hawa told me that she was the first ever girl in her community to ever get to secondary school. And because of that, she's the village champion. And because of her, other parents want to see their daughters just be like her. Today, as I speak, Hawa has completed school. She has started her own business in her own community because she wants to reinvest back into her community and really build her local economy. She stood for elections, local elections, and she won. And she's one of only 3 women who sits on the local assembly of 53 people. She is doing amazing things for her community. She has lobbied to build a school. She has brought clean water to her community. And she's providing financial literacy education for women and grants so that they can also start businesses. And this is the story of one. We have 100,000 young women in the KAMA network. And each and every one of them is doing what they can to lead their community. KAMA members support, on average, 2 children who are not related to them through school. And last year alone, they supported nearly 250,000 children on the African continent to go to school. That is double the number that Camfed directly supported with donor funding. And this is the multiplier effect of girls' education. And this is how we can transform a continent. So it's no cliche when we say that when you educate a girl, everything changes. Thank you.
Thanks, Dolores. So one thing I really love about the Camfed model and want you to tell us a little bit more about is that you pay attention to the context in which a girl learns. It's not just about providing the education, but addressing the larger systemic issues. And if you could just expand for a moment, when we talk about the context and the systemic challenges and the barriers that stand in the way of a girl getting an education, what are some of the challenges you're facing and how are you overcoming them?
Yes, there are so many barriers facing girls just being able to access education. We have issues of child marriage, early and child marriage. We have issues of pregnancies. We have issues of children, girls particularly, just leading households, child-headed households. So there's so many barriers that prevent girls from just getting access to education. But what we've realized in our work is that when you look at all these issues, fundamentally, the issues are related to poverty, because parents have to make a choice. When poor parents just have just enough to take one child to school and they have a boy and a girl, they have to make a choice. And the choices that they make is always determined by the value that they feel that this provides to them. So you can see that there's less value placed on girls' education, more value placed on boys' education. And when you do ask parents, and we've asked parents, why are you marrying off your child? They don't come and say that I'm marrying them off because I culturally believe that, but they do give you reasons like, I'm marrying them off because I need to be able to support them. They love their children. They feel this is the only option that we have under this circumstance. I'm marrying her off because she would be in a safer place. She would have somebody to take care of her. I don't have to worry about her. And I would marry her off at 13 because I feel that if she gets to 16, she's going to find a suitor. And that would mean she might get pregnant and bring a baby to the house, and I won't be able to take care of the baby. And all that. So they feel that they are making the most rational decisions under the circumstances.
Right.
And so I think that the fundamental issues here are how we address the issues of poverty. How does Camfed come in? And we work very closely with the community so that we can really appreciate and understand the real challenges that are going on, so that we can come in behind the solutions. And some of the solutions that we come in with, the investments in girls' education, so that parents don't have to face these tough decisions and to make these tough decisions.
Absolutely, and one of the things we discussed in preparing for today was how this comma network model that you mentioned, I think it takes it a bit further in our discussion from beneficiary to change maker to champion. So I think it's a model we can all learn from.
Definitely, and I think that the Comma network has grown organically out of this program. It's a peer network, and what it's done is that right from the onset, it's given girls the empowerment to believe that they can reinvest back the benefits of their education into their communities and bring about the change that they want to see, and it's been a very powerful observation. Has been a very powerful network that is doing just that on the continent. So we're really excited about the potential of what it can achieve.
Thank you, Dolores.